My parents want me to die so my brother can go to college. When I was 8, my brother Jackson won a spelling bee, and my parents threw him a party with 50 guests and a 3-tier cake. When I won the science fair the next month, they forgot to pick me up from school, and I had to walk home carrying my trophy in the rain. That pretty much summed up my childhood. Jackson was the miracle child they'd tried for 10 years to have. I was the accident that happened after they already had him. He got a nursery with hand-painted murals and a crib that cost more than a car. I got a dresser drawer and hand-me-down blankets. Mom kept every report card, every crayon drawing, every baby tooth of his in labeled boxes. My stuff went straight in the trash. By the time I was 10, I'd learned to stop expecting anything. I started taking care of myself completely. Packed my own lunches, did my own laundry, walked to school alone. Jackson got driven in Mom's car even though we went to the same place. I'd watch them pull away while I started my 40-minute walk, backpack heavy with books I'd bought myself from babysitting money. Teachers thought I was so independent. Really, I just had no choice. The worst part was how they'd gaslight me about it. "We love you both equally," Mom would say while sitting at another one of Jackson's hockey games. I hadn't seen her at any of my track meets all season. "You're imagining things," Dad would insist while showing coworkers Jackson's photos, but none of mine. They had a whole shrine to Jackson in the living room. Trophies, certificates, photos from every age. I got one school picture on the fridge that hadn't been updated since 2nd grade. When I was 16, I got into the advanced science program at school. Full scholarship to summer camp at MIT, the kind of opportunity kids dream about. I ran home with the letter. Finally something so big they'd have to care. Mom glanced at it and said, "That's nice, but Jackson has a baseball game that week so we can't drive you." The camp was 3 hours away. She wouldn't miss one of his games to give me the chance of a lifetime. So I got a job and saved every penny for college. I knew by then that they'd never pay for mine. Jackson already had a college fund that Mom talked about constantly. "We've saved $40,000 for his education," she'd brag to relatives. When those same relatives asked about my college plans, she'd say I'd probably get scholarships since I was the bookish one. Like being smart was a consolation prize for being unloved. Then when I was 17, I started getting sick. Bruises everywhere,